First world, come in and take a seat. Pay us no attention, it's all conspiracy. We have satire and parody, some funny, some perverse. If none of it's offensive to you, you'd be the first.
Not from Disney. One of one doctors recommend. A good writer. A Blackman art. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a fucking obvious theory. They fucked around. We found out. All fun and games. Until the monkey dies. Welcome to First World.
Why doesn't the hero reveal himself and tell us your true name? You do have a name. My name is Gladiator. How dare you show your back to me? Slave, you remove your helmet and tell me your name. My name is Fun My Comic, and I represent all the campaigns you shadow banned and kicked off your website. Huh? Creators that just wanted to fund, that wanted to be left alone. And we will build a website that is going to bury you all. Oh crap.
Get ready for awesomeness.
I've done it. I've done that.
Hello, welcome one and all to another daily video with me, EB, Earth's Best Entertainment. Please, if you haven't already, get on over to my Fund My Comic site, which is www.earthsbestkickstarter.com. That'll bring you to my Fund My Comic website. Well, not my website, but my campaign. There we go. That's the right word. Where you can pledge for Earth's Best Friends book number 4. Tonight, I've got Doc Bishop of First World Comics. What's going on, my friend?
What is going on, my friend? How are you doing?
I am excellent. It stopped raining, which is always a good thing.
Oh yes. The water always seems to complicate things for some reason, makes things slippery and hard to move around. But we need it, so it helps keep the crops growing.
It's true, we do need it. But I hate driving in it almost as much as snow. Snow obviously is a little more on the scarier side than rain, but rain is not to be undermined either because you can hydroplane. So last night I was driving in a rainstorm on the highway. It was not fun. I was like, wish the rain would stop. Yeah. I mean, it was fine. It was fine. But although this year I have had environmental run-ins back in, I think it was January or February, one of the snowstorms. It was supposed to actually not be a snowstorm. It was supposed to let up, and it was letting up, but we still had like probably a half a foot of snow on the road, on the highway at least. The back roads were fine. It was weird. And tractor trailer truck decided to speed up and pass me, and then as he got in front of me, he jackknifed into the guardrail. It was very terrifying.
You watched it happen?
Yes. I did. In fact, I was doing a show just like this with RJ Critical Blast, and I pretty much had to immediately end that show and call 911
Oh wow.
for that guy. Yeah, it was
scary.
It was pretty terrifying. Yeah, you know, that's what I don't know if you're a believer, but that's what you call divine intervention right there.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yes. I can definitely see that one. Well, thank you so much for having me on tonight. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Thanks for coming, man. No, it's all good. I was just gonna say because he was not too far away from me when he passed me, so it was like just luckily he didn't start jackknifing before he passed me, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Then it would have been behind. Yeah, no, that's lots of bad.
It could have been worse, but anyway.
Well, thank you for having me on. We are.
Yes.
My name's Doc. I am the creator of a comic called First World. It's a satirical parody.
Excellent.
And
I love it.
Yeah, it's a satirical parody. It falls right in line there with Saturday Night Live, Monty Python, a slew of other ones. South Park. If you're familiar with Terry Pratchett's work, Discworld. I took inspiration from a lot of different areas to scramble together the calamities we call First World.
Yeah, it's you know, it's very layered. After reading the first issue, I realized it's very layered. There's a lot of references to things, and then there's references on top of references.
I took a page out of my kids' playbooks, believe it or not, when they are doing their memeing and the meme culture and the meme layers and things like that. And I also really enjoy the layers that parody adds into the comedy genre. And why not mix my favorite genre of parody and comedy with my favorite collection, which is comic books, and create First World, which is where we bring the combination of my, trying to use polite and pretty words, the combination of my my twisted sense of humor.
Yes, and it is twisted, but in all the right ways. Like
you know, it's twisted.
Sometimes twisted can just be cynical. but you have the right amount of cynical and whimsical in this comic.
Well, thank you.
Is very very good.
It has fallen together really, really nicely. The story of the creation of First World has been right at a year. So it was May of last year that I had a joke, and I started just joking and commenting around about Auntie Samantha, about Uncle Sam transitioning, and that is what got us into the state of current events that we are currently in. And
Yeah.
it just started to evolve, and I started creating more parodies of ideas, not necessarily characters, just ideas as a whole, in order to try to weave together some sort of narrative that makes sense outside of the conspiracy theories. But even them, come on, what are they batting 50-1 now?
Yeah.
What's that old joke that they keep saying? What's the difference between conspiracy theory and news?
All right.
About 6 months.
About 6 months. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because that's so true, right? I won't name things because you could easily get banned from YouTube by saying things, but let's just say the events that have happened over the last few years, every conspiracy theory that came up has pretty much been proven true at this point.
Yeah, so it's starting to redefine the term conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
But I decided to go ahead and put together this masterpiece, and from the idea of a joke and just a vague concept to, okay, well, I wonder what this would look like. So I jumped on and I hired an artist, and Antone Blackman is my concept artist. He's an incredible artist, and you've heard me on several conversations we've had in the past talk about line work. I absolutely fell in love with Antone's line work the moment I saw it, and I had to have him as my artist because he has that almost sketch style hard line.
Yeah.
It almost crosses the line between art and fine art, in my personal opinion. I just absolutely fell in love with it.
Most definitely.
And I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, it does have, has a very, especially with the design of Mr. Mouse. There's something about that character. I can't put my finger on it. I want to say, I want to be kind of like, maybe the obvious, but it kind of reminds me of the book Mouse, like just his design itself, not the whole comic. But there's just something about his character design. I'm like, what is it about this that I like so much?
It just all came together perfectly, in my opinion. I can't put my finger on any one thing. He gives me the non-black version of the face, so you can see the details and how much he actually put into the envisioning of this character and the creation of this character and the depth that we get to it. And then you, of course, it's a person next to him for scale, so you can see just how tall and menacing and just
he's large and in charge.
Yeah, pretty much just large and in charge. Yes. Whoop, wrong direction. Let's go that way. Okay, back to Auntie Sam, which is the one that kind of started the whole thing. Was I made a joke about
Auntie Sam is a good one too. Like,
and sorry, back to where I was. Yes. For that though, however, I'm going to flip all the way back to the first page.
Yep.
There it is. Because this also plays into the next person I hired, which was Amy Good, in order to come on board and be my writer. Because I write like a third grader and I can't draw a straight line with a ruler. I have to rely very heavily on some very talented people and surround myself with as much talent as I can find. So I brought Amy Good on as my writer, and then I noticed that I have a good writer and a black man artist.
That's awesome.
And I couldn't make up my mind. Is that a double entendre squared or more like a quadruple entendre? I'm not sure where it's going to land in the English side. But from there, that is what gave me the confidence in this idea and in this world that, yeah, I should probably go ahead and put a little bit of attention and a little bit of money into this and see where this goes. And Is my twisted sense of humor shared by other people and other Americans, or is it just me? Either way, I'm good, but I'm just kind of curious. Is it shared amongst others, or is it just me? So I did share a copy of
Oh,
issue 1 with you. I hope you enjoyed
yep,
it. You told me a little bit about your thoughts,
I
and I
did.
very, very much more.
I was laughing, and I'm just reading this, and I'm like, oh man, yes, and I'm like, oh man, it's kind of like you said, it's like watching an episode of South Park where it's like, oh my God, they're making fun of that. Yes, thank you.
Somebody
You
actually
know?
did it. Yes, I have zero
Exactly.
shame, and I am petty as hell. So yes. Please give me ammo. I don't need anything else to make fun of. I have plenty.
Right. There's so
Was
much
a
going on that you could just. It is so much fodder.
Oh, absolutely. So before we get into your thoughts, let me go ahead and introduce the people watching and anybody that follows up on this to get them kind of caught up to speed on where we are, because I'm sure they're asking themselves, okay, First World, it's satire and it's parody, and yeah, they're gonna.
Yep.
What kind of a train wreck am I fixing to walk into? So, without further ado, we have First World. It's when a gorilla is murdered, a dimensional rift opens, and the government aligns with corporations conspiring to suck humanity dry of its resources as they vie for ultimate control. Kind of like the Mandela effect, if you will.
Yep.
We take that same similar theory in order to rip a hole in space time and create an entire new wonderland of calamities.
Oh man, this is the bad timeline.
Exactly. Yeah, you may have stumbled down the wrong timeline perk. So I'd like to welcome everyone to First World, which is a practically post-apocalyptic, or maybe that's just apocalyptic. There's no post in sight. Slightly Mad Magazine, Alice in Wonderlandy version of a dark dystopian reality that is freakily similar to ours. Because what happens if you step on a butterfly in like 1922? So in a dimensional,
Yeah.
not quite far enough away, some shit went down, sending us down a dark, slightly moist, satirical rabbit hole. Right? Our reality takes a really crapper route when the leader of a mother-obsessed cult murders the Messiah monkey, kickstarting the Harambe effect, which is our parody of the Mandela effect. Right. So I would like everybody to join Above Average Joe and his guests, Pope, Mr. Mouseman, Auntie Sam, and many more as they peer through this stained looking glass to discover the nonstop calamities known as the Harambe effect. Yeah, this is intended to be offensive. This is intentionally offensive. I would like to say I've gone out of my way to make sure I offend everybody equally, because I would like to be an equal opportunist offender. But
Yeah.
I do guarantee and promise every one of my fans that if I have not offended you yet, just wait until the next issue. I have more.
Just wait.
I will get to you. It's okay. Sit tight. It'll be worth the wait.
Oh,
I
man.
promise. It's so crazy if you can't laugh at some of the current situations we find ourselves in.
Well, the alternative is crying, so
Yeah,
we have to.
I don't know what else to tell you to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
While creating the roster, I guess we say, for First World, we started to get so many protagonists that we had to start to level it out and get a little creative on our antagonists. So one of our creative ventures is Above Average Joe. Above Average Joe is a tool that we use as kind of a narrative in order to help us tell the story. You see, he sits in his podcast slightly outside of reality, so he may or may
Mhm.
not be a part of the Harambe effect. He may or may not know what's going on in other timelines, and may or may not have access to certain demigod-like beings of First World, right? But he is direct and inquisitive, kind of like other podcast hosts we
Yep.
have become very famous in the world. And he is an unbiased, three-eyed monkey who questions absolutely everything. And frequently he may ask about, dimethyltryptamine, or smoke some of the freaky grass, or the devil's lettuce, as you will call it.
Yes.
But that helps him kind of straighten his eye out, or one of the three at least. Now, Above Average Joe can't be by himself because I'm a little bit of a loudmouth myself and I like to be heard. So we have a co-host of his called Common Sense. And we place Common Sense in the production studio because he's the man behind the curtain, the one behind the glass that pushes all the buttons and makes everything happen from the background. And any of us creators know just how very important that is. So we
Oh
reserve
yeah,
that kind of angle to illustrate the voice of the reader, kind of what are we expecting you to think as a reader by the time we have to interject and calm you down a little bit because your face started to melt because you just think that things are might be inappropriate because
yep,
that's just opinion and in my opinion. And this would
yep.
be Above Average Joe, which should make a pretty hefty appearance in every issue. And that brings us to Auntie Samantha, the man of the hour, the one that kickstarted this whole big circus of First World. You see, he is a hot-headed pre-op Uncle Sam who happens to control the League of Three Letters. Now, if I have to explain to you what the League of Three Letters are, it's like the DEA, the CIA, the
Yeah,
FBI, the IRS,
all those government organizations.
all of the alphabet letters organizations. Yeah,
Yep,
there's so many of them we can barely tell them apart and what their responsibilities are.
right,
So of course they can barely tell each other apart and what their responsibilities
right.
are. And if I'm not,
They're interconnected and interwoven, and it's like it almost doesn't matter like
yeah, they could, yeah,
which group they really are.
yeah, and that could be fun to play on as well. So let's create the LOL3 because letters and reasons and things. But you see, Auntie Sam also serves the will of Pope, and also represents the Illuminati's interest in American government because certain
Hmm.
words we're not allowed to say on social media, but other words
Yes.
we can make up. And then that brings us to your favorite, Mr. Mouseman. Mr. Mouseman is actually
Yes.
going to debut in issue number 2. Issue number 2 is complete. It is finished. All I've got to do is sprinkle a little bit of fairy dust on it and strap a 12-volt to it to kickstart it, and we are going to be on its way. So I am going to post in the comments. Can I post in the comments?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to go ahead and throw a link in the comics to my Kickstarter pre-campaign. That is what's going to be where you can find First World issue number 2 when it comes out. I am waiting until I get 10 people to go ahead and actively be watching this campaign before I kick it off. So I'm just waiting for a
Excellent.
little fuel, little fire to go ahead and kickstart this baby up and get it moving. I was really trying to kickstart it on 420 for reasons and things.
Oh
And
yeah, of course.
it didn't quite pan out, and I took some advice of some bigger brains than mine and decided to go onto a few more podcasts like yours and try to promote this a little bit further. So please, if you're listening, jump onto Kickstarter, go ahead and click that follow button. Even if you don't intend to purchase the book, just show me you're paying attention to me and it's ready to go ahead and time to launch. Back
Exactly.
to the show. Mr. Mouseman is the head of Amuseland, and he happens to be a member of the Illuminati Council. Now, Amuseland happens to be a theme park slightly outside of Bay City, where he entertains the general population of children and families, and happens to be Pope's go-to bad guy and facilitates whatever needs to further the plans of world domination. But additionally, he also funds the majority of the media and Hollywood's propaganda campaigns. Because yes,
Yep.
Hollywood is a character as well. I'm not ever running out of characters. Which brings us to the man of the hour, Pope. Pope is one of my
Oh,
first creations as well, because you see, Pope, who is often confused with the animatronic suit, is the religious leader of a worldwide cult obsessed with mothers. You see, he is the mastermind of the plot that split the timelines, and every other evildoer answers to him as he's the imposed, self-imposed leader of the Illuminatis, and he uses his time television, which he claims to have won from Papa Time in a bet, as a tool in order to twist the timeline of First World. If I could pause right there for a second, have you ever heard of the coronavisor?
Well, only from you talking about it before.
I think we've had this conversation before, but
Yeah.
coronavisor is one of those conspiracy theories that you're going to find littered throughout First World. Of the Vatican happens to, from the conspiracy theory view, have a television that allows them to view the past, so they could literally watch any event they want in real time through their coronavisor. That's a great idea and a really useful tool to be able to steer the timeline if that's in fact what we're trying to do. So let's just implant that into that big ridiculous hat that this puppet decides to wear. And while we're at it, let's make a small enough monkey to fit inside of the big ridiculous hat that this puppet decides to wear. Have you seen the monkey theme I've got going with this?
There is a good monkey theme going. This
We're just
That's pretty
monkeying
good.
around a little bit, you know.
Monkeying around. Yep.
Yeah, well, we're just one large step from monkeys ourselves. I think I like to just joke around and say I'm nothing but a monkey in shoes.
A monkey in shoes.
So this brings us to one of our demigods we had to bring into the mix, because I was just getting way too heavy on one side of this coin that it needed a little bit of weight on the other. And what better to add weight to a coin than a demigod? So this old guy looks like a cross between Flavor Flav and Rip Van Winkle. I think Antone nailed it perfectly. Okay, he is one of the demigod-like people of First World, having limited control over time. He relies very heavily on his red phone booth, which he calls his retardus. Another parody. To accurately travel through time. Unfortunately, he can't remember where he left his coronavisor.
Oh.
Poops. Yes. It all depends phonetically. I couldn't figure out how to put the little line above the E, Shane.
Yeah.
Shout out. Thank you for watching, Shane.
Hey Shane, thanks for popping on, man. I appreciate it. I forgot to give you a link, didn't I? That's Shane. He's also my co-host at times.
Oh, right on. And you want to come on and join us?
Yeah, I could. I could. I'll be just parking in just a minute, and I can pop him the link.
Oh, no worries. Perfect.
Yeah.
So should I send him the same link you sent me?
Yeah. You can send him the same link. That's cool too.
So I can jump over if figure out which scroll I put on where. Oh, I don't know how to send it to him. I shouldn't put it on public chat.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh,
Yep,
not that.
I'll let you take care of it when you park.
Yeah. I'll be parked in like a minute or so.
Oh, you're fine. I'll
no
go ahead
worries.
and continue to ramble. As you've noticed, I am not afraid to speak. Hang tight there, Shane. We've got you. We're coming.
Yes. I'll get that to you in just a minute, buddy.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Full circle back to First World, to the Messiah Monkey. The Messiah Monkey is a heavy throwback or a heavy parody. I'm not sure if it's going to matter, because I do name drop in my book for the Messiah Monkey being Harambe the gorilla. Do we all remember where we were on that fateful day of May 28th, 2016?
Yeah,
we lost Harambe.
Harambe.
Tragic accident that ended in the death of a gorilla. One less gorilla of this world.
It's funny because before this comic, I completely forgot all about it.
Yes, it's from other people, and I think we need to remember Harambe. We need to go ahead and keep his name alive, because of reasons and things, and even more.
Hashtag never forget Harambe.
Yes, actually, that's a thing on Twitter. If you actually put at Harambe on any of your posts, there's a Harambe bots that retweet it. I love it. I've been doing it for.
That's hilarious.
Yes. But if you
well, there you go. There's some advertising. There's an advertising bot for you then.
yes. If you need some help pushing it out there, just hashtag Harambe at Twitter will take care of the rest. The Harambe crew will come to your aid. We'll call them the Harambe Angels.
The Harambe Angels. There we go.
But if you pay attention to some of the dark corners of the internet, the real slimy places that you get into sometimes,
Oh
you
yeah.
start to hear the whispers that it was all fun and games until somebody killed the monkey. And until Harambe died, that people were talking about they used to go sit by the campfire and sing Kumbaya with their grandparents, and then they shot the monkey, and now all of a sudden it's death and brimstone falling from the sky, and nobody knows where their next meal is coming from or which bathroom to use. It was a horrible transition I've noticed during that Harambe incident, we will call it. So I figured that would be the perfect place to pick if I was hypothetically going to create a comic book that was based very heavily on a time scale, because, well, #reasons again, timescales, and that's a great way to tell a story, is from the beginning to the end. And well, if we start in 2016, how long would it take before we ran out of material?
Decades.
As at the current rate, we can reach right up there with The Simpsons and maybe even Doctor Who, with the amount of issues we can get thrown out here with just straight parodying events that happen. It was me and the writer sat down on many occasions and had to just go over the amount of things that happened in 2016. Hey, Shane.
What's going on, Shane? Thanks for coming on, man.
And the list of some of the things that we had to discover for 2016 was, we had to narrow it down because there would be no way we could spend that much time just on this first year if we ever had any hope of getting to the pandemic. Your mic not be working, okay, Shane.
Hey, what's up? I'm trying to.
Oh,
My
there
whole
you are.
thing is messed up. No, it's my headphones, dude. My headphones broke, so I'm borrowing my wife's headphones.
Yep. Oh, I see.
I see. It's because they're pink. How are you doing, Shane?
Oh, pretty good, man. Hey, I saw just a little bit of your comic. It looks fucking fantastic.
Oh, well, dude, it's hilarious. I've read it.
Man.
If it's okay with you, Doc, I can send him that PDF.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Shoot the PDF over.
Yeah, let me check it out. I'll check it out.
I say this is actually a great place if you want to go ahead and talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
The book?
So yeah, because I read the first issue, and like I said, I was laughing at a lot of things. There's a lot of little references that's kind of like ha ha, like that you may miss the first time you read it.
Right.
For instance, when Auntie Sam says that's Auntie Sam, like that's ma'am to you, like like how many times do you hear people saying that to people, and it's just like, oh man, that's so it's more than just him being Auntie Sam, it's also him having that sort of personality as well. I also love the conspiracy of all right, we gotta take the shot, and because it's like there's just so many. Not to get myself in trouble here on YouTube, but there's so many times in history where the CIA has really been behind public figures being killed.
You may or may not have, it's that
may or may not have, right? Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yes,
oh,
allegedly.
Hey, yo, hold on. I ain't seen the art yet. Look at that. Look at that panel, dude. Yeah. Honestly, like the backgrounds, everything's popping. That's fantastic, dude.
Oh yeah, my
I can't wait to read this.
Yeah, my inker that I used, I went ahead and I picked up my concept artist Antone I was talking about earlier wasn't able to do all of the inking for me, so I had to keep him on as my concept artist. And are you
the penciler? Do you draw this?
I have zero talent. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler. I write like a third grader. So no, I actually had to hire a writer and an artist. So I am a super nerd that just really wanted to create a comic book, and I love parodies and satire.
Love it, dude.
But I have the creative ability of a paper bag.
Fair enough. Hey, you put a book out.
Well, unless you classify, coming up with the concept and then the idea and the storyline and the money and the
Right. You do that
Yeah, it makes
part.
you a creator producer. Makes you a
Yeah.
creative producer.
Executive creative
100%.
producer.
Yeah, creator producer.
Yeah.
It is 100% my idea. My crew has spent many hours on the phone with me and by text with me and shooting back and forth because one of my handicaps, I guess you will call it, is I'm one of the few people of the world that don't think in pictures. But I absolutely love comic books because I can't come up with that graphic in my own head when I listen to a story.
Yeah.
It develops differently for me. I listen to things in patterns and in words and in tone, pitches.
Right. You got your mental capacity is like for a different area. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I
It's
learn
not like
differently and I process.
well, I don't like you saying that you're like I'm not creative. I don't know anything. Blah blah blah. Like no, you're just on a different level, dude. And like you need that. You need that in the team. You need that in the team.
Yeah.
Because as an artist, I know that I'm a slacker. I am a slacker to the vilest capacity. I still owe Mike art, but it's not due to like the fall, so I'm like slacking on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like to be the dude, to be the manager of a thing is like very difficult and very time consuming.
Oh, it's a lot more time consuming than I thought, and I never realized what actually went into creating a comic book. I figured,
Right.
great, I've got an artist, I've got a writer. Let's make a comic book. And then they both looked at me like, "What are you nuts? Are we it? Oh no, we can't. Oh no, no. Oh no. Then I find out that there's something called a letterer.
Oh, letterers are hard to find.
And then I'm like, yeah, no, that's how hard could it be? I'll do it. No, I'm not a letterer. No, I don't have that.
Yeah.
No, that is a discipline all of its own. Hats off to anybody that
It is.
pull it off and do it. I appreciate it when I see that it's done correctly. And now that I understand it a bit more, I can absolutely see when it's not done correctly.
Well, what lettering is like if you don't notice it, it's done right.
Yes, exactly. And it takes an art all of its own in order to do that and to bring in
the
different cocoons and whatnots to the
So
story.
I'm sorry, I just joined and you might have covered this, but like are you on Kickstarter right now or something like that?
Yes and no. I have a Kickstarter going. It is in the comments. I will post it again because nope, not that link. It is in the comments. I am doing a pregame for my Kickstarter issue number 2. So issue 1 is finished. It has been funded on Kickstarter. So we
fantastic.
Are absolutely completed and 100% fulfilled. I was able to get every one of my fulfillments followed through within 60 days. So we were
awesome.
Great on the fulfillment side. Only had to chase down a couple of people to get their addresses. Like, do you want your book? I need to know where to send it. Please let me know where to send it.
Right. Yeah, please help.
Here, I'll actually pop that on the screen right now.
There we go.
So, folks, there's the link right there, guys. If you're watching, so definitely check them out. Like you said,
I'm looking to try to get the following up to about 10 people before I go ahead and go live with it. Issue 2 has been complete. I just have a little bit left to do on it, like the inside cover. I've got to finish a little welcome letter that I plan to put there. The tinfoil hat folding instructions for the back cover. I've got to artwork for that.
I love it.
I have a couple of things to sprinkle onto issue 2, and we are ready to go.
Heck yeah, dude.
Once you get issue 1, go ahead and check out the back cover. I have the Snowflake Nutritional Guide on the back cover of issue.
Yes, that was a riot.
Kale and like pooping tea. Kale and poop tea. That's the woke.
Oh no, I have to ask. What did you think of my advertisement in the middle for the freedom of speech?
Oh,
did you
actually
get to that? Did you see it, or did you think it was a ad?
Well, I saw it as an ad, but I noticed it was like a faux ad, and I'm like, ha ha! I see what you're doing here.
Yeah, I took an entire page of issue 1 to go ahead and do a parody of a drug commercial, and it is called "The Freedom of Speech." and all
Freedom
the
of speech.
benefits of freedom of speech and possible side effects, of course, that could come with it. And
Yeah.
leakage. It's small
You
print
will.
at the bottom.
You will be deleted. You will be deleted from Facebook. Just that's
Yeah.
forget your Facebook. Don't do anything honest on there. Don't do that.
I've been kicked off of Facebook twice. I'm good.
Oh,
I've got
yeah.
characters to come
Well,
back with.
This is definitely a project that is perfect for Fund My Comic because Kickstarter or IGG might notice you and say, "Wait a minute, we don't want this on our platform."
Believe it or not, IGG just sent me an email about an hour before coming on the show, wanting to talk to me about possibly going to them instead of Kickstarter. How they will be getting
Really?
treatment, and they want to hold my hand.
Nice.
So I may or may not be talking to Indiegogo as well about either running dual campaigns or transitioning. But in my history, I have run campaigns on both platforms. I have been more successful with the Kickstarter platform, that's why I chose that side.
Well, I would imagine with a product of your quality, honestly, I'm only looking at the one panel, but I'm like, that's obviously a piece of a comic that was well done because what you see in a lot of comics, you don't have the backgrounds, you don't have the intro shot in a lot of amateur comics, if I may.
Yeah,
and
the indie industry, you get a lot of a range of creative approaches. You get a range of artistic ability. You get a range of budget. There's a lot of what I've seen in the indie comic book industry.
But my thing with something like this, I would release on Kickstarter and IGG and Fund My Comic. I would put it on everything, shotgun shit, and see what sticks. And get your money.
Yeah. Now you see my rational brain goes ahead and says, whoa. In order to reach half of your numbers on most of these platforms and actually be funded, you actually have to hit the numbers. So if you have
so if you're dividing
a bunch of things.
So crowdfunding doesn't work the way traditional sales would work. Like that'd be great for like if you're going retail, like get into Walmart, get into Target, get into. But crowdfunding is different.
Because
you need to siphon the traffic.
Here's the thing: is they're not distributors. You actually have to do your own distribution. So I see that.
Yep.
Why you would just want to do the one? Because they're not actually selling your book, and you have to hit a certain point before you get your money.
If you get through one, then you go
exactly
and hit another side of it. And now you have a direct line of people that are potential fans and potential rebuyers.
Well, here's the good thing.
So you got to siphon. You got to siphon the traffic to one platform.
I think we should mention that book 1 is done and book 2 is done, and he's about to pop book 2. When you do book 2, will there be a tier where I can get book 1 as well?
Absolutely, there is add-ons and a catch-up tier on it. There's also a tier I have that I will hand deliver it to you anywhere in the lower 48.
Oh wow!
And you can sit down and have a nice conversation with me face to face, and we can talk about it. Shit, I'll even read it to you if you want me to.
So for $1,000, you'll come to Seattle and read me that book?
Seattle's a far trip, but yes, sir, I would.
Wow!
If I
haven't been to Seattle in a very long time.
Hey, maybe I have $1,000 that I'm looking to spend. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. You don't know.
I happened to take that tier reward from another campaign I was running on my channel that I was promoting, somebody else's campaign, and he had a tier in there where for a certain level he would just hand deliver the book to you, and I'm like, you know what?
Wow.
Agree with the creator? Yeah, dude, that's a cool tier. If you get a diehard fan and somebody sees it and they're like, dude, I've got to see what twisted brain this came out of. I got to talk to this guy.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, right?
It is a tier that I did add into the issue 2 line. So issue 2, we've got a lot more we can throw out there. And of course, with a property like this or an IP like First World, I would be amiss if I didn't start doing advertising and making things, like coffee cups.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh wow. I'm sure Doc Blaylock would want one of those coffee cups.
So hey. Okay. As somebody who's interested, can you give me just like a brief rundown of the story without spoilers?
Absolutely.
Like,
This is the perfect opportunity to finish out the clip, and then I can show you a few other things as we go from there. So this is
let's do it.
part of my pitch. So we hit the very perfect opportunity. You see, we have Welcome to First World. Charming, isn't it? Haha. No, it looks like shit because it is shit.
That
But it hasn't
opening
always
line
been
is just
this way. In fact, it
Harambe!
was once a wonderful, simple place to live from sea to shining sea, baby. But of course, that wasn't enough to just let the people live their lives to the wage slaves, to Big Daddy government. Oh no, the cabal had to make their move and poop it all to hell. Cocoon. Ha. Warning, freedom of speech. It's for everyone. However, your experiences may differ from that of others.
I love it.
Doing a hair
Hey, bro.
Yes.
Hey, bro. Check it out. This Friday, me and Mike are doing like a conspiracy show. You should come on it.
Can I
come on?
Yeah.
Come on.
Awesome, yes.
Absolutely.
I would
Absolutely.
fit perfectly into that because I am first
Yes.
world.
Let's get banned from YouTube.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so the map I have for the first few issues. So this would be, I guess, your log lines or your log lines. Yes, you see, first issue we call the Messiah Monkey. It takes place in May of 2016, and it's a nostalgic trip to the beginning of the Harambe effect, as Above Average Joe talks to an anonymous whistleblower about the assassination of Harambe.
I can dig it. Okay, let's go.
Issue 2, which is the one we're fixing to kickstart on Kickstarter, which is the Opinionoid Crisis. That takes place in June of 2016. And we have, while Mr. Mouseman experiments on the people of Amuseland, Throb Nightclub, and Rocktown, Pope will enlist Big Pharma, Input, and Anti-Sam to execute and exploit the Opinionoid Crisis.
Oh, you gotta come on Friday. You gotta come on Friday, dude.
Yes, absolutely.
We're not even Friday's show is gonna be weird. Like, we're not even talking comics. We're just going, and it's not gonna be on the network. Like, whatever viewers we get, but it's just the joy of hearing our own voices. You know,
just
chatting, doing the damn thing.
Yep.
Just chatting, doing the damn thing. I would love that.
Anything
what's
goes.
up next?
Okay, so up next, issue 3. We're currently working on that now. We have the 2016 elections.
Excellent.
You see,
all
of 2016. This is when we have Umtra, Hillary Vogelgate, as they debate and fight for the presidential election, while another Umtra upsets Queen Mother by momcipating the citizens of Mother Country.
Oh boy.
Yeah, a lot happened in 2016.
So are they like Umtra twins? Or are they just
kind of? You see, Umtra, I do have some artwork for it. We'll get to it in just a minute, but I just have the one screen to share, so give me just a second. And we've got more calamities from 2016. You see, where else could we possibly go with this storyline? You see, like the Cubs winning the World Series after 108 years? Who had to sell their soul for that one to work?
Go Cubbies! Go Cubbies!
The Russian DNC email hacks and leaks, the Standing Rock pipeline protest, the Zika virus, the 2016 Olympics.
Hey,
come on! Does anybody remember what happened?
I gotta say real quick, the Kraken are going for the Stanley Cup this year. This year, they beat the Colorado Avalanche, which was the #1 seed, and they're #8 seed, and they whooped their ass last night.
I'm
the Kraken.
Like I have any idea what you're talking about. What sport is this?
Nothing. Oh, hockey.
Hockey. Okay.
Hockey.
The flat ball. Okay.
Yeah.
The disc-shaped flat
the one
ball.
with the sticks.
The sticks.
The one with the sticks.
The one that fighting is allowed. I like that sport. That one's fun.
It is. Yeah, Tuesday, the Kraken are going to the round 2 of the hockey finals. Check it out. It'll be on your cable for free.
Definitely have to try to check that one out. You know,
not to get out of it, not to distract from anything. I'm just saying.
No, it's all good.
Because I'm from Seattle, and Kraken is a Seattle team, and I'm like excited.
Oh, there you go.
Woo!
There you go. See, I'm a little spoiled being in New England. We've had a pretty good run with our teams for the last like 2 decades. So it's fun to see other folks start to have that same pride now.
Yeah.
Other teams winning and stuff.
Yeah, I don't follow sports at all.
Oh.
Yeah, I barely do.
This big
I
thing
barely do too.
a few months or weeks ago about some super cake or Super Bowl or something with a pointy ball. It's not the flat ball, it's the pointy ball. And
That's
yeah,
the
they
one with
were
the
all
good
kind of
commercials, right?
Yeah, that one.
Hey, speaking of the Super Bowl, I betted you $20 his team would lose. He lost, and he wouldn't pay me $20.
Oh, dang.
Because he was so sour about it. Like, we got into a fight. We got into a fight about it. I'm like, you owe me $20. He's like, F you. And I'm like, F you, bro. Like, you gonna fudge on a bet because you're sour?
Yeah.
Because you're sour, you're gonna fudge on a bet? There's 3 rules to being a man. 1, you take care of your family. 2, you never fudge on a bet. And 3, you never fudge on a bet. That's it. That's all being a man is.
Yep.
You take care of your family. You never fudge on a bet. You never fudge on a bet.
And never talk about Fight Club.
Oh, we can talk about Fight Club.
No, we can't talk about Fight Club.
We'll talk about it on Friday. That's Friday's show.
Yeah.
That's Friday's show. We'll bring on Fight Club. Yep. On Friday, we're going to talk about Fight Club. We're going to talk about it.
All right.
And we're going to talk about First World. First World and Fight Club.
Yes.
First
World and Fight Club. It'll be an F show.
This is the cover we have for issue 2. This is our main cover.
Okay.
Oh man.
Oh, the coloring is dope.
Yeah.
Scoot it, zoom out some. Nope, that's as far out as it's going to let me zoom.
Well, scroll it again. There you go. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh, get in. Get in on the ground floor of First World, bro.
Ooh, let's go ahead and
so I think I can pinpoint it.
Quick. Yes.
Yeah. So I think I can pinpoint it, Mr. Mouse. So have you ever watched Courage the Cowardly Dog? He reminds me of some of the more ominous characters that have come out of that show.
Yeah, I could absolutely see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, you see, this is the perfect one. I'm so glad you're a fan of Mr. Mouseman because Mr. Mouseman is introduced in issue number 2. And I'm going to go ahead and because you are so kind to bring me on your show, let's go ahead and give just a little bit of a sneak peek of issue number 2.
There we go.
Ooh, sneak peek.
Okay, so
I can dig it.
Excellent.
Check out some of my artists' incredible artwork.
Oh, look at that.
Man, I love it.
You know what hits me with your artist was the backgrounds, like the houses and the car and everything looks so real.
Yeah, with hands.
Details
are
awesome.
God, his hands and his facial features, the way he emotes is, he is an incredible artist. However, I can't say his name anymore because I'm not sure if he still wants it on the book. Anyways, we will continue to move on, you see, because they are leaving Rocktown and they're heading to Major City 2, TOO. One more layer in there.
Major
to
City
drive
2.
The point home.
Yep.
And they are going to take their family
Amuseland.
to Amuseland. And if you look at certain pictures, you can see side-by-side comparisons of the actual entrance.
It is very, very similar.
Which is that cat dude owns that, right?
Mr. Mouseman, yes. This is Mr. Mouseman's main source of income is Amuseland, outside of course, financially supporting all of Hollywood and whatnots.
Love it. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
So wait, Michael, you're gonna send me a PDF of this?
It'll be the first book, but well, actually, I've got both of them. But I would also say that I'd want you to buy his second book as well.
I should buy the second one, dude. All I'm saying is, and to everybody listening, you got $20 you were gonna waste on something stupid. You were gonna waste that money on some dumb shit. Instead, spend that $20 on a badass comic book.
That has
Yes.
layers.
Do it.
This is something that you don't just read once and put away. No, you're going to pick this up and show your friends because you spent 10 minutes laughing at something. And while you're reading it to show your friends that, your friend's going to show you something that you didn't get the reference of because it's just layer on top of layer on top of layer of references. And let's go ahead and illustrate just one more page in for some layers and references.
Hey, one more page.
All right.
Mr. Mouse Man.
Oh, I love it. I love the phone, man. I love
Wow.
that phone. Oh,
Did anybody who had one of those phones as a kid?
Oh yeah, I think we all did. I think
No,
we all
did.
What
We did.
better-
We're all in like our 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
So we're like, like anybody else in that, like a millennial will be like, "What's a phone?"
No,
I have. They're like, "What's a phone?" I have a handheld device that does calls.
Right. Yeah.
Well, here, let me
I know the word phone doesn't really apply to the devices we have anymore.
No.
Does not. Point out one little quick Easter egg layer that I put in there. My artist asked me a very intelligent question. So if Mr. Mouse Man is in the water tower that's shaped like a mouse, how does he get there or get down? And I said, yes, perfect.
That's a good question that will never be answered.
also, he's in the third window.
He's
See
in
what I'm
whatever
saying?
window he wants to be.
He's in the third window, which is trippy because, like, the number 3 is a repeating thing and everything.
Layers. Oh, layers.
Yeah.
Upon
Layers upon layers.
So go ahead and keep an eye out for issue 1. See if you can't find the death snail. Do you know about the death snail?
I don't.
Yes. Well, yeah, go on.
Oh, the death snail is like a 5th level meme. You see, it started off as well, like for example, no, that's a horrible example for PG-13. Let's not go that way.
Yeah.
We can talk about it on Friday. Well, I'll let it be an R-rated show.
Yeah, it'll be an R-rated show. It'll
We'll go a little
absolutely.
bit further into the death snail then. So just see if you can find our death snail because it's a layer of memes and if this death snail gets you, then it's over with. Absolutely over with.
Kind of like The Ring, you see it, then you die.
Yeah, 7 days later.
This is Hillary Vogelgate. We're going to be introduced to her in issue number 3.
That's cool.
She has no nose, pale skin, kind of like Voldemort. She absolutely.
I was gonna say I get a Voldemort vibe. I was about to say that.
Reeks of suicide, you see, and she's gonna probably have a pet rat we're gonna name Accidental Death.
Yes.
And she is going to be running against Umtra.
Hey, baby.
Umtra.
Oh, I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to my wife real quick. Hey, baby, is that last drink yours or mine?
It's all yours, baby.
No, wait. What? Well, I got you what she says. Hold on. Do you want the rest of the liquor or can I have it?
Here, I'll split it with you.
Oh, she'll split it with me. Okay, we're good. I just had to do some technical around the house things. Sorry.
Oh, you're all good, brother.
Life goes on.
You see, we've got Hillary Vogelgate is going to be running against Umtra.
Umtra, which, of course, for various reasons, he looks a bit like an Oompa Loompa.
Umtra absolutely. Where are my rest of the Umtra pictures? Where did I find them? Do I have them?
Uh-oh.
Hold on, I'll get to them.
It's all
there it is.
Baby.
Right there.
What?
You see, Umtra kind of unfolds like a paper doll. And one of them is going to come take over America. The other one's going to jump over to Europe and become Prime Minister of Europe. And a Brexiting of their country.
I'm going away.
$80.
How much?
80.
$80?
Yeah, Instacart, everything we need.
Sorry, me and my wife are talking about Instacart. We're busy.
It's everything we need.
It's all right. I'll mute you for a second.
Yeah, mute me.
All right. You can unmute when you're ready. Back to us, Shane.
So yes, Hilary Vogelgate will be running against the Umtra number 1 and Umtra number 2, as they are able to unfold kind of like a paper doll, and I get to express my ability to write a song again. You see, because I get to write a new Oompa Loompa song.
Excellent! I can't wait.
Input is another character we introduce in issue number 2. Input is the dictator of a place called Cold Asia-ish, and is also the founder of social media.
There we go. So
could not be a parody of anybody, I promise.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Possibly could be. Oh, speaking of parodies, we have Big Pharma.
Yes.
Who's just how do you describe this? This is Big Pharma. Can you what would be a good descriptive like sentence or paragraph for Big Pharma? This is one of the ones I've added to the character concept book that we're giving as an add-on to the Kickstarter campaign. And in this one, I was having difficulties kind of explaining it because I don't think it really needs much explanation.
Nope, it's pretty much right in your face what you're going for.
Yeah. No, sugarcoating I do not do.
Yep, that's perfect, really. Yeah, it's got a JTH. We'll abbreviate it to avoid copyright problems.
Yes. Speaking of avoiding copyright, did you catch my post-credit scene of issue 1?
I probably did, but I don't recall.
Well, you see, because other properties that have made lots of money have good ideas. So I decided that after we do the credits of my comic books, we're going to do a double spread after the credits of a post-credit scene for the next issue, or to further the storyline. So in issue number 1, we actually have the post-credit scene. Can I find it fast enough? No, but I can make it work. I will just get there real quick.
Yep.
And then
I have to go back and read it. That's why I said I want a physical copy. I definitely want to hold this comic in my hand and read it.
Well, you see, in the first issue, once we finish up, we go through a little bit of we got to throw some ads in there, because Auntie Samantha wants you to apply for the League of Three Letters, and we're offering $500 for the missing retardus. If anybody has seen it, that's why you haven't seen a picture of the retardus yet. We are missing our retardus. So if anybody has seen the retardus, just summon Papa Time. It's a $500 reward, and he'll even give you a free trip. All right, and of course, Harambe. Must not forget Harambe. Donate now for Harambe. Pick up the issue and keep the Harambe's memory alive. And then I
do recall this now that I see it.
The credit scenes where we have a recommending doctor, we have an Egyptian god, we have a good writer, we have a black man artist, we have a busy beaver, we have an added letter, and we have an escape key, which is everybody that helped put First World together. So we have a crew of people that put First World together, and we have to make fun of everything, including names, because nobody is exempt from us. So there's your little QR codes and scalar things to be able to get to all of our social medias. But after we give
that's a good idea. QR codes.
We're going to give you the after credit scene, and we're going to let you see Pope and the introduction of Pope. And I'm sorry, this is not 2 PG-13, but at least all the nudity is covered.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Nudity's covered. It's fine. it's on the line, but it's still there. It's still within the realms.
He's not messing with a little boy, so that's
no. They're in the background with the ball gags on.
Oh, good. Fantastic.
Oh my gosh, that's
opportunity missed. No opportunity missed. You see, because taking care of his Pope suit and just dangling his arm out, his little trucker arm out.
Well, look, I know that Michael is a religious man, and good for
I'm
him.
sorry, Michael. I'm.
It's all good.
But
I
he's
still
not
have a sense
Catholic.
of humor.
He's not
No,
Catholic.
I'm not Catholic.
and so he skips all this. He gets to get by. He gets a free pass.
Well, he's got a sense of humor.
Well, I have a sense of humor. You have to have a sense of humor, you know. The world is what's offensive. This stuff isn't offensive. The world is what's offensive.
True that.
Yeah,
Facts.
Yes. Right. So we get the first introduction of Pope. My Uncle Sam.
Oh man.
Calls him on his cell phone, right? And then he may or may not be wearing that fedora or the.
Wait, does he say
Yarmulke?
WTF?
Yarmulke, that's the word.
Does he say WTF?
No, he just says
Is that what
yes.
he's saying?
Yes.
Yes. What?
No, he's saying yes.
He's
like,
yes.
yes.
Right,
Yes.
just chilling, smoking, right? And then we get a good shot of his time television.
Oh, there we
good.
go.
So we see in the past what has happened, what is currently happening, and what's to come.
Hey, bro, I'm not going to talk bad about anyone we've had on the show because they're all fantastic artists and creators, but yours is like top tier.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like,
I have actually put a lot of heart into this, a lot of work into this, and some money to get the product that I've got. And I have to give props to my team. We have built an incredible machine. Believe it or not, when we get into production mode, we are able to complete a page a day.
Damn.
Wow. That's amazing.
So once we get done with the storyboarding and we go into actual coloring, or I'm sorry, line art and coloring, my artist can actually produce an entire page in a day, and then my colorist gets it after that, and he produces an entire color in a day, and then it moves on to the
So theoretically, like if you got picked up by Image, you could do a monthly book.
I could do almost a monthly issue. Yes.
Shit.
Wow.
And I already
forget about it.
To be able to do that.
Forget about it.
Now, Image is
forget
not
about
talking
it
to me. I've already submitted.
Not
to
yet.
3 different times.
Don't worry about them.
You've submitted to them?
I have. I've submitted to a lot of different people, and nobody is responding to me.
Wow.
Fuck them anyway.
I might be
anyway.
a little bit of a hot potato to touch, though, depending on what direction the company is going.
It's
my
probably
artist has chosen to remove his name off of my second issue.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. So your second issue, I got to read the second issue.
Yeah, we may or may not have gone too far.
Well, you know, I got to wrap it up now because I got to get into work. But dude, I love it. I'm a fan.
Hey.
Like I said, I'll definitely be signing up for your Kickstarter and be getting a physical copy. Thank you for the PDF as well.
Oh, no,
check
Thank
out
you for reading it and being a fan.
Check out on Friday's show. Friday.
Yeah.
It's only Monday. But on Friday,
shoot me a link on Friday and I'll jump on and I'll stream with you.
Yes, absolutely. I will. I'll shoot you a link and we'll have a good time Friday. Like I said, I'll let it be an R-rated show. We can kind of let loose.
Well,
it's Friday after all.
I'll figure out how to use my avatar. I've created Above Average Joe as a live streamable avatar that will lip sync and move with me.
Love it.
Can't wait to see that.
Now I'm just trying to figure out how to do it.
Oh yeah.
It can be done.
I wonder if StreamYard even allows.
StreamYard I don't think does. I may have to jump off and go to a different platform.
We'll figure it out. We're smart people.
Yep.
Doing smart things.
But thank you so very much for having me on. I know you've got to get off and get into the rest of your life. If
hey, bro.
One more time, FiRSTWORLD issue 2. Follow it on Kickstarter because I really want to go live with this. This is something I want in my hands. So
absolutely.
I want to push it.
Hey, Mike. Can you put
I'll
up
be
his
pushing
link?
for it. Yeah, man.
Can you put up
I'll
his
pop
link
up the link
again?
one more time. Yep. There it is. Opinionoid Crisis. It's very tongue in cheek. I love the title.
Saturday
Wish you
Night
to
Live
Opinionoid
or Monty Python. You'll love it. You'll love it.
Yep.
Love it.
It's definitely up a lot of people's alleys that I know. So yeah, it's definitely something to invest in for sure, guys out there.
To be extremely current for having to be, still talking about 2016. There's a lot of still relevant information that you can see will parallel side by side.
Most definitely. I mean, it wasn't too long ago, but yeah, it does almost feels like a century ago too, because this decade's just been such a long decade so far. And so we're only 3 years into it. It feels like we're 10 years into it.
2020. Well, you think about like 1920 was the Great Depression, and now 100 years later,
that was the booming economy in the 20s. Then it was the depression in the 30s.
About 2027 it broke down. But I'm saying,
it was like 29. Yeah,
I'm saying this is a time, if you're creative or something, to do something with it, because everything's going crazy, and when you're crazy, make money or they'll put you in jail. One or the other. One or the other. Honestly, like every time. Even you look at the 1500s, the 1600s.
Oh man.
We can talk about that more on Friday, but I've got actually a theory and a pattern that I've noted. And like I said, I think in patterns and theories and sounds and wavelengths and whatnot, but it's about it's a generational gap. And you can actually time all the different wars and economical disasters. There's a lot of this that could be timed with generations, and it's just ridiculous.
Hey, bro,
I want to know your future.
You know what? If you're on Facebook, we're gonna be Facebook friends, you and me.
I am absolutely on Facebook.
Absolutely. Yep.
First World Comics, Above Average Joe, or Doc Bishop.
Yep. If you just
I'm looking right now. I'm looking.
Bishop. Yeah.
I'm looking right now.
All right, guys. Well, I do gotta go. Thank you guys for jumping on with me.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you guys, and thank you for tuning in, everyone, for who's watching either now or after the fact it's been live. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.
Good, bud. Bye.